I didn't do meetings, and I'm coming up on 2 years, and things are kind of starting to, I feel, spiral out of control. I'm snapping more. We're fighting more. I find myself traveling more for work. And then when I come home, it's like I'm not home. I was still somewhere else. I didn't feel the urge to drink. I didn't feel the urge to use. But I wasn't me. I wasn't the best me that I had been. And I knew something was wrong. And I was desperately searching for something before it got bad. Because I knew it was a matter of time before I just ran or used, or I didn't know what it was going to be, but I knew it wasn't going to be good. And then COVID happened, and I'm like, well, dang it, I can't go to meetings. So I'm sitting there, being really good with my time. I'm on Instagram, flipping through, Most High. I'm like, ooh, let me see what they got going on. It's Christian, and he's talking about meetings. And he's talking about COVID and going to meetings. And now that they're digital, you can't say that you don't have time. If you say, I can't go to meetings, I don't have time for meetings, I'm too busy, which was my biggest excuse for everything. Was I'm too busy. I'm helping with the church. Work has me busy. My kids have me busy. I'm busy. But I'm doing good, right? I'm doing good, right? And he said, that's a lie. That's a lie. And I just remember when he said it, it was like I instantly felt like he had eyeballs in my house following me. And I know he doesn't, but I felt like he was talking directly to me. And he knew I was full of it. I wasn't too busy to go to meetings, and I'm not too good to go to meetings. And he talked about these NEA meetings that they had, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I had a drug problem and I had an alcohol problem. And at the time, I still wasn't calling myself an alcoholic or an addict. And I was 2 years in. I just thought I was an abuser. I just was going through something that nobody could understand. But when I was drinking and using, people around me let me talk, and they understood what I was going through. Well, there's a reason why they understood what I was going through. But they couldn't help me heal from it. So I hopped on my first NEA meeting, and it was an experience like I'll never forget. I came back in the house. I was right out there, sitting right out there, and did my first one, and I came back in the house in tears, and I knew that this was it. This was the piece that I was missing. They talked about the steps. They talked about the honesty, and just hearing the vulnerability from the people in this group. And none of us look the same, are from the same region in the country. There's no ties to anybody, but it felt like I was in a room full of like my brothers and sisters. And like these people knew exactly what I was talking about. All this time that I had made an excuse that you don't understand me, you don't get it. Nobody will ever get it because I did what I did because I was hurting and nobody could understand my pain. Turns out there's a gazillion people around this world that do understand the pain. And there's a bunch of people right now who are hurting the same way we were all hurting not too long ago, feeling like nobody understands their pain. And that's just kind of where I'm at now. And why I want to be so involved is people need to know that the pain is real. And it's okay to be vulnerable and emotional, and I'm usually apologizing for getting like this, but it's so real, it's so raw. Like, you feel like nobody can understand you, and there are tons of people out here. I've never understood the community behind it. I never understood meetings until these NEA meetings came up. And I owe my life to it. My family does.